Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode here. The Truth Matters podcast. Another episode. And I have been doing quite a few episodes here, so I believe I'm going to start trying to release my episodes like on a Monday and a Wednesday, so that way I'm pretty much able to have time to work on other things, also record, and do different things like that. And basically, try to find that balance and different things like that as well too. So let's get into it. You already know this is your girl Jasmine Tutton, living in Mississippi. I have a 17-year-old son. I have been doing online marketing since December of 2017. Of course, I have made money online. Of course, I've helped people get into opportunities, and I am definitely a leader. Trust me when I say, yes, I am. Yes, I am. So definitely make sure that you follow me on Spotify, follow me on Instagram, check me out on Facebook. Basically, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Definitely check the description below wherever you hear or see this video itself. Check out my website, see what I have to offer, and so on and so forth. Yes. So hopefully this is going to be short, quick, and straight to the point. But when I get to talking, you already know. You already know. So, all right. So let's get into it here. So for this episode, I will be talking about 9 to 5 job versus starting a business. 9 to 5 job versus starting a business. Now, of course, this may not be for everybody or anything like that, but at the same time, listen up, hear what I got to say. Because, I work a 9 to 5, then I'm on my entrepreneur journey here as well too, doing online businesses, things that I really love and enjoy to do. Of course, asked about it. But okay, so 9 to 5 job versus, starting a business online, learning how to make money online or even offline as well too. Especially, with you starting like, let's say, a physical business, a brick and mortar business, basically. Something like, you starting your boutique, or either you're doing like a jewelry store or whatever the case may be. Yeah, definitely. So, these two, 9 to 5 versus starting a business, can definitely have its pros and cons, its little ups and downs, all the different type of stuff. Now, with a 9 to 5 job, especially with you going to work every day, depending on how you're getting paid, because most jobs, they either pay weekly, they either pay bi-weekly, or they either pay monthly. 9 times out of 10, if you're working in the school system, that might be on a monthly basis that you're getting paid, which is, it sucks, right? To get paid monthly, that sucks. Like, seriously. What about the rest of the days? Hello. So, with your 9 to 5 job, of course, you're going to work every day that you're scheduled to go to work. So you are guaranteed your paycheck because you are going to work. You are guaranteed that. If you're on a salary, you're on that set salary. Most people, are on salary and everything like that. They basically got like a set pay or what have you. But when you go to your 9 to 5 job, you are guaranteed that check. You are guaranteed that check versus starting a business. Excuse me, versus starting a business. Because if you start a online business, even if you start your online boutique, even if you start selling stuff online, start doing a digital marketing course or whatever the case may be, you're going to have some days to where you're not going to make any money, because your income, of course, is dependent upon people buying from you, right? So one day you could possibly make $500. The next day you could possibly make 1,000. The next day it could be 2,000. The next day it might drop down to 1,500. The next day it might be 500 and something. The next day it may be nothing. The next day It possibly maybe nothing again, but you get where I'm going with it, because when you have your own business, starting your own online business or whatever the case may be, you are you don't know when you're going to get paid. You don't know when somebody's going to buy from you, join you, whatever the case may be. You don't know that, because with your online business, you have to be like very, very consistent. When I say consistent, being consistent every single day. Basically, showing your audience what you do, how you do it, providing your audience with tips, providing your audience with knowledge, because when you join a business, you are the expert in that business. So it's best to learn that business as much as possible so that you can be the expert in that business. So when somebody comes to you and asks you a question about certain things, you're able to answer that question, on the spot with no problem. Of course, we may not have the answer to everything. This is why sometimes you got a coach, you got a mentor, you got somebody. If you join up under somebody, you got that person who is your leader, whatever the case may be. So, with that's an up and down situation when it comes to making money online. Even if you are getting monetized on social media, of course, if you're monetized and everything like that, it just all depends as well too. 1 minute you're being monetized, like 1 minute your check can be up here, the next minute can be right here, the next minute can be down here. It just basically all depends as well too. That's why people say you have to truly and honestly be consistent as much as possible. But with that 9 to 5 job, especially if you're going to work every day that you're scheduled to go to work, you are guaranteed that check when it's time to get paid. Now, the difference is with the 9 to 5 and starting your online business is that 9 to 5, most 9 to 5 jobs got great health benefits. Think about that. But when you're having your own business, and let's say, for instance, you're not working a 9 to 5 job, you got to pay out of your own pocket for health insurance, right? And of course, most jobs, they give you life insurance as well too. But of course, if you quit that job or whatever the case may be, you're no longer going to have those benefits. That's another thing as well too. So you got to be having something on your own when you're doing an online business versus, your 9 to 5 itself. So like I said, there's pros and cons to these two different types of things here. 9 to 5, starting a business, learning how to make money online. With your 9 to 5, um, it could take you years to get to that next promotion. If you're in a company or something like that, it may take you probably just a month or two, or depending on like your work ethic and stuff like that, on that next promotion or that next rank. It probably won't even take that long. Basically, they say it takes forever just to get a 50-cent raise when you're starting your own business, and you can basically set your own prices. If you're in a company, depending on what that company compensation plan is, boom, you already getting that pay raise versus a 9 to 5 job. You see what I'm saying? So it's pros and cons to this. But when you having your own online business and you don't have any assistance or anything like that, you are the only one that's the assistant. You're the only one, basically, the customer service. You're doing all the packaging, the shipping, the this and that. You're the only person. But a 9 to 5 job, you working for somebody else. You listening to somebody else. You listening to your boss, manager, supervisor, whoever you want to call it. You're listening to somebody nag at you all day at a 9 to 5 job. You're listening to your coworkers get on your nerves. You're listening to your coworkers with the drama, with the BS, and things like that. And when you're having your own business, it's online, you're connecting with people. Of course, you're going to probably still come across drama and BS, but it's so totally different, especially not in that 9 to 5 work environment itself. And sometimes 9 to 5 work environments can be so stressful because you come home and you barely have time to basically work on your goals and dreams. So the pros and cons to it. It's like ups and downs, good things, not so good things, and so on and so forth. 9 to 5 job, you got people who want to be the manager and supervisor. You got things like that. You see what I'm saying? It's like you got with a 9 to 5 job, somebody who has been there less than you, but you have been there longer, they're getting a raise before you. You see what I'm saying? So you already know how this goes with these 9 to 5 jobs. Things are totally, totally different. Totally, totally different. So with your starting a business, you got to be all in. You got to be the one to make sure everything is done accordingly. You got to be the one to come up with the content, posting, scheduling your posts, so on and so forth, because then you are in control of what you post. You are in control of your business. You're in control to how much things cost, how you're willing to get paid. And of course, starting your own business, you're gonna have to pay taxes anyway, just like a 9 to 5 though. A 9 to 5, you gotta pay taxes as well too. But see, with a 9 to 5, there are taxes coming out of your check every paycheck, period. So it might be like state, federal, Medicaid, or something like that. It might be Medicare. It might be unemployment may come out, just to help if something happened in the future with the 9 to 5 job. So, you got your gross pay, and then, but let's say your gross pay is 14. Let's say your gross pay is maybe about 1,600, but you got like 200 and something dollars coming out your check for taxes and things like that. Let's just say, for instance, you know. So it could possibly be your check, could probably be your net pay itself can be around maybe about close to 1,400. It just all depends, maybe whatever the case may be. But I was just, giving a couple of numbers here. But at the same time, when you have your own business, you're the one that's basically a 1099 type person, because you're in control of paying said taxes so that you can pay, to the state or however, not a tax person, not a tax expert, but I'm just saying you got to pay those taxes, Even when you are joining some type of company, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a 1099 company. So if you make over said amount of money, with how much ever they have set aside that you gotta make. Like it could be you gotta make over $600 just to get a 1099, or you gotta make over $5,000 just to get a 1099. But I know with the IRS, of course, you gotta make $600 in said year or something like that. Don't quote me on that or what have you. But yeah, so with you having your own business, even if you join a company, start your own boutique, whatever the case may be, you are a 1099 employee. So you're not paying taxes until it's time to actually pay taxes itself. You see what I'm saying? So you ain't got to worry about no taxes coming out of your check unless you got some type of transaction fees or something like that when you get paid or whatever. Versus a 9 to 5, you got all them taxes coming out. You like, what is this? What is going on? I work this many hours and stuff like that. Oh my goodness, look at my check. And people be saying like, they work 8 hours and still nothing. They don't work a full 70 some hours for both weeks, a full 80 some hours for both weeks, and the 2 weeks combined and stuff. So it's just like the check is nothing. Like say for instance, if you were an affiliate marketer and you were doing high ticket products and stuff like that, and say for instance a product was $1,000 and somebody purchased said product from you for $1,000. Like most of the time, people got Afterpay or people got Carlana or something like that, or Shop Pay, and where they can break the payment down to maybe about 100 and something that person is paying on. Well, guess what? If they purchase from you and they doing Afterpay or something like that, the buy now pay later options, you automatically get $1,000. But that person is paying probably about 100 and something broken down and stuff like that to pay off that $1,000 with the buy now pay later option. Think about it. You don't possibly make you $1,000, and let's say before the 8 hours is up for the day. You see what I'm saying? It'll make you $1,000. Like say somebody join you and they click on your link, boom, you possibly made $1,000 in 30 minutes, and then you maybe made another $1,000 in the next 2 hours or something like that. Like $2,000 for the day, that's more than some people's paycheck. You see what I'm saying? So say for instance you made $3,000 in one day. That's like a whole 2 weeks pay plus some and then some. So Think about that. Of course, like I say, everybody's not going to be an entrepreneur, but learning how to start that extra side hustle is definitely, it can be helpful. Like if you really truly want to start that business or learn how to have that extra income, definitely do that. There's nothing wrong with that. If you say like, hey, I need that extra $500 for the month, or you need an extra $1,000 for the month, find you something that you will enjoy doing, or basically also learning as well too, so that hey, you can make that extra 500 a month, or you can make that extra 1,000 a month. Anytime I say something, most likely of course about trying to make money online, disclaimer, I do not guarantee any type of income claims or anything like that. Everything is based off of your work ethic. It's based off of what you put in, because what you put in is what you most certainly going to get out. Just like that. So I always look at the pros and cons when it comes to 9 to 5 job versus starting a business online. Of course, being on your entrepreneur journey, like I've said before in the previous podcast, it's definitely not for the weak. It's definitely not for the weak, because some people give up so fast. It's insane. It's like you just started and it's like you already quit for what? Like, give it some time. You got to give something 90 days plus, especially if you're a new beginner when it comes to the online journey itself. Okay. So, yeah, that's definitely what I want to talk about today. I try to look at the time because I was like, I don't think I want to make it too long, but you know how that goes. But this was your girl Jasmine, the Truth That Matters podcast, talking about 9 to 5 versus starting a business online. Definitely, if you're watching the video, check out the description below. If you're listening on Spotify, check out the description as well for my links, my website, to follow me. Follow me on Spotify. Definitely give this a rating, what you think, what's all that good stuff. Whatever the case may be, share it with someone. Sharing is basically costing you $0 to share. If people would follow people, most likely we all will be monetized and making money. Think about it. But talk to you guys later. Definitely stay tuned for another podcast and have a blessed and awesome day.